Microsoft Copilot be trusted and not leak IP back to Microsoft? Great question, by the
Yeah.
way. Matt?
Yeah, so that's kind of a tough one. We looked into that, and so with Microsoft's Copilot, I mean, there's two general ways that you can use that software. You can have the enterprise license version, which hooks into your SharePoint, which hooks into your Outlook, which looks at all the things that you have access to inside of Microsoft's system, or you can do kind of like the ChatGPT route with it and just use the public one. As far as the public one goes, pretty much anything you dump in there goes straight back to Microsoft and becomes part of their training data. So be really, really careful about that. The same as with ChatGPT or something you'd use with Gemini or something like that.
Well, sometimes Copilot pulls data from places you don't expect. You
Yeah.
think it's looking at public sources, and it's actually looking at files in your tenant, and you might
Yeah.
accidentally leak data that way if you're not proofreading things carefully.
Yeah. It's kind of eye-opening when you pop in there. And just remember, I mean, when you get an enterprise version of Copilot, Microsoft states all that stays within your tenant. They say it does not go into their training data, but remember that it has access to everything you have access to. So if you're not using data sensitivity labels, if you're not segmenting your access, then it's going to be able to integrate that into your own tenant. And as Sherry mentioned, I mean, it looks everywhere for information. When we ask it a question, and we've been testing this, I mean, it will look into public news sources if we're talking about things like data breaches,
Or
but
your HR
or
folder,
yeah, or it
unless
will
you
look into
said
like
otherwise.
previous presentations or something like that, which is again just kind of eye opening.
Yeah, it is. I'm just waiting for the oopsies to start happening. It'll
It,
take a
it
while
will.
before you start seeing leaks and breaches and things like that, but it's going to happen. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, this is Sherri Davidoff, CEO of LMG Security.
And I'm Matt Durrin, Director of Training and Research for LMG Security. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. We would love to hear from you. You can reach us at info@lmgsecurity.com, find us on LinkedIn, or follow us on Twitter. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.